Namaste. Good evening, everyone. Let us begin by just being aware of your body. Let's become aware of our body. Feel your body from inside. And in this space, time, stand. What is the impression of your physical presence right now? So become aware of your physical presence in this space and time. What is your emotional presence, which we are bringing with us? What's of your vital presence? The presence is ever emerging. It is not something which remains the same throughout. It is constantly changing. The physical presence, the emotional presence, the energetic, and the vital presence. Also, your intellectual presence, your creative and objective presence, constantly changing, molding you into some definite form, using so much of power to bend a little. In midst of this changing presence, the mind which changes most, like the moon, and on full moon it reflects all the sunlight. So let us unite and invoke the sun, the truth, so much so that we receive the light and be able to reflect, manifest in our world and make this darker, gloomier sphere more lighter, happier, and brighter. Oh, Shri Aurobindo Mira Open my mind, my heart, and my life to your light, your love, and your power. May I see in everything the divine, giving, constantly offering ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, our plans, and our feelings, everything, all our deeds and actions, and divine's lotus feet. In this silence, open your mind, your heart, your life to their light, their love, and their power. Aspire to feel the presence of the divine inside you, around you, above you, in each and every corner and the place. That is the presence which is ever present, never changes. That means it's constant. I request you to be attuned to the presence and receive the mantra. So far, we used to chant some mantra, generally Om Ma. Today, I ask you to remain silent, open yourself to the divine within us and divine above the head. Attune yourself and let the mantra come to you. It can be anything. Once the mantra comes, be with it, chant it, sing it, the way it calls to you. And take the mantra at every corner of your body. Make an attempt. Reading few lines from Savitri. And inspiring some words, some lines comes from meditation. And also, in meanwhile, you get the mantra or a word or an affirmation to chant. Mastered by the honey of a strange flower mouth, drawn to soul spaces, opening round a brow. He turned to the vision like a sea to the moon, and suffered a dream of beauty and of change. Discovered the aureole round a mortal's head, adored a new divinity in things. His self-bound nature foundered as in fire. His life was taken into another's life. The splendid, lonely idols of his brain fell prostrate from their bright sufficiencies, as at the touch of a new infinite, to worship a godhead greater than their own. An unknown imperious force drew him to her. Marveling, he came across the golden sword. Gaze met close gaze, and clung in sight's embrace. A visage was there, noble and great and calm, as if encircled by a halo of thought, a span, an arch of meditating light, as though some secret nimbus half was seen. Her inner vision still, remembering, knew a forehead that wore the crown of all her past, two eyes, her constant and eternal stars, comrade and sovereign eyes that claim her soul, lids known through many lives, large frames of love. He met in her regard his future's gaze, a promise and a presence and a fire. So, an embodiment of aeonic dreams, a mystery of the rapture for which all yearns in this world of brief mortality, made in material shape his very own. This golden figure given to his grasp hid in its breast the key of all his aims, a spell to bring the immortal's bliss on earth, to mate with heaven's truth, our mortal thought, to lift earth hearts nearer the eternal sun. In these great spirits now incarnate here, love brought down power out of eternity to make of life his new undying base. In these great spirits now incarnate here, love brought down power out of eternity to make of life his new undying base. His passion surged away from fathomless deeps. It leapt to earth from far forgotten heights, but kept its nature of infinity. On the dumb bosom of this oblivious glow, although as unknown beings we seem to meet, our lives are not aliens, nor as strangers joined, moved to each other by a causeless force. The soul can recognize its answering soul across dividing time and on life's roads, absorb wrapped traveler, turning it recovers familiar splendors in an unknown face, and touched by the warning finger of swift love. It thrills again to an immortal joy, wearing a mortal body for delight. And touched by the warning finger of swift love, it thrills again to an immortal joy, wearing a mortal body for delight. There is a power within that knows beyond our knowings. We are greater than our thoughts. And sometimes earth unveils that vision here. There is a power within that knows beyond our knowings. We are greater than our thoughts, and sometimes earth unveils that vision here. To live, to love are signs of infinite things. Love is a glory from eternity's spheres. Abased, disfigured, mocked by baser mites, that still his name and shape and ecstasy. He is still the Godhead by which all can change. A mystery wakes in our inconscient stuff. A bliss is born that can remake our life. Love dwells in us like an unopened flower, awaiting a rapid moment of the soul, or he roams in his charmed sleep mid thoughts and things. The child God is at play. He seeks himself in many hearts and minds and living forms. He lingers for a sign that he can know, and when it comes, wakes blindly to a voice, a look, a touch, the meaning of a face. His instrument, the dim corporal mind of celestial insight, now forgetful grown. He seizes on some sign of outward charm to guide him mid the throng of nature's hints, reads heavenly truths into earth's semblances, desires the image for the Godhead's sake, divines the immortalities of form, and takes the body for the sculptured soul. Love's adoration like a mystic seer, through vision looks at the invisible. In earth's alphabet finds a godlike sense, but the mind only thinks. But the mind only thinks. Behold the one for whom my life has waited long unfilled. Behold the sudden sovereign of my days. Heart fills for heart, limb cries for answering limb. All strives to enforce the unity all is. too far from the divine. Love seeks his truth, and life is blind, and the instruments deceive, and powers are there that labor to debase. Still, can the vision come, the joy arrive? Rare is the cup fit for lovers' nectar wine, as rare the vessel that can hold God's birth. A soul made ready through 1,000 years is a living mold of a supreme descent. This knew each other, though in forms thus strange. Although to sight unknown, although life, mine had altered to hold a new significance. These bodies sum the drift of numberless births, and the spirit to the spirit was the same. Amazed by a joy for which they had waited long, the lovers met upon their different paths. Travelers across the limitless plains of time, together driven from fate-led journeys, in the self-closed solitude of their human past, to a swift, rapturous dream of future joy and the unexpected present of these eyes. By the revealing greatness of a look, form smitten, the spirit's memory walked in sense. The mist was stone that lay between two lives, her heart unveiled, and his to find her turned. Attracted as in heaven, star by star, they wondered at each other and rejoiced, and wove affinity in a silent gaze. A moment passed, that was eternity's ray. An hour began, the matrix of new time. This is the end of Canto 2 from Book 5. Reading few lines. There is a power within that knows beyond our knowings. We are greater than our thoughts, and sometimes earth unveils that vision here. To live, to love are signs of infinite things. Love is a glory from eternity's spheres. Abased, disfigured, moved by baser mites, that still his name and shape and ecstasy. He is still the Godhead by which all can change. A mystery wakes in our inconscient stuff. A bliss is born that can remake our life. Keep on yearning to meet thee in each form. Keep on yearning to see thee, the divine, whether in a form or non-form. To feel the presence, to feel that power. Use the power of reflection to journal today. Rather tonight, under the moon, wondering upon mortality, reflecting on this light, reflecting the light of the sun, the inner sun. Let us take our rightful place in this play. Slowly and gently, remembering the fact that our mind is nothing but a reflector. On its own, it's nothing. It is divine light which shines through it. And slowly, you can come out and continue leading the longing and the life. Thank you for joining today. Have a beautiful time ahead with lots of pondering moments, perfecting our instruments, and blooming every day, spreading the joy and happiness. Thank you, Iti Shubham.